Thundersprint 2009 will be in Northwich Town Centre on May the 9th and 10th. For more information, go to thundersprint.com.
The track's a lot harder than it looks. It's a very intense experience. I've been fortunate enough to race all over the world. This is a very demanding track. There's no rest on it. The longest straight's 100 metres, 110 yards or thereabouts, and there's 3 corners in it. We're looking first of all at a tight right-hander, one worth taking care of because after that tight right-hander's a big Cheshire sandstone wall. Then there's a long right, and to get that absolutely right is very difficult. I've ridden this track now, this is the 5th year we've been here, and I've never got that right-hander absolutely right. It's because it's what's called a triple apex corner. So you tip the bike in, it's not quite right, pull it back, that's not quite right, and there are 1 or 2 riders who really understand that corner, and that's the key to a fast time round here. And then it's a hard acceleration down to a tight left-hander, and for any rider it's a big thrill. You're heading for 10,000 people on the grass banking, cheering and shouting, and you need a lot of effort not to be distracted. I'm not a MotoGP rider. Valentino Rossi is used to that sort of crowd intensity. I think for most people here it's a big thrill and a demanding track in terms of concentration and riding skill.
Although the Thundersprint is a fun event, the riding is still taken seriously. So even though this was a practice session, many of the bikers were pushing their machines close to the limits to see exactly what could be achieved out on the track. The session was going smoothly and the track was proving quick, but for Peter Whiteleg, the first corner would once again prove his undoing. Although last year's crash saw Peter unharmed, this year it was somewhat more serious. And though the only thing broken was the bike, Peter had briefly knocked himself out and had to be taken to hospital for a checkup. We caught up with him a few days later to find out what went wrong.
I've very kindly just been shown the footage of the incident that occurred in this year's event, and I have to say that's quite the slowest, most ridiculous high side I've ever had, and really shouldn't have happened, but the bike's geared that way and it's down to me to try and be a little bit more careful of it. It didn't happen again this year. The most ironic thing was that I did promise that on that corner it wouldn't happen again, and what did I do? The first thing I did was do it on the same corner, even though they tried to make it safer. The ambulance crews on the day were exemplary. I've got to say that they took care of me, obviously in what they're expected to do. The ACU regulations state that I wasn't allowed to carry on for the rest of the day because I was knocked unconscious, but the support and service on the day was fantastic. They came to see me about an hour after the accident. I was returned back to the paddock, and they were still concerned about me, and it was a very genuine concern, which I have to thank them on the day. And going back to it now, and it wasn't just the medical staff, even Gary the commentator, Frank came over to me, everyone was very concerned, members of the public. The support I've had even after the event has been astounding, to be honest with you. I didn't actually realise the amount of support that we have locally. But fingers crossed, if Frank will have me back again next year, I think you'll see the Raptor, and this time I really do promise I will make it to the second corner.
Thundersprint 2009 will be in Northwich Town Centre on May the 9th and 10th, featuring MotoGP star James Toseland, the HM Plant Honda factory team, and an all-star celebrity entry, plus huge trade area and free entertainment. Admission, parking and grandstand seating is completely free of charge. For more information, go to thundersprint.com.